Hey fellas, how are you keeping? Great to be here as ever, but I'm really looking forward to this show. I've got a razor that I've had a funny relationship with. I've got the Muhle R41 razor, the more aggressive of the razors that Muhle produce, and this one is the Grande with the larger handle. It retails for £46 or thereabouts. The brush today, I'm in a bit of a, I'm all of a dither this morning. So the brush is a beautiful brush. Look at this. If you look on Etsy, it's a gentleman whose shop is called John's Brushes. This is where this came from. It's got a lovely silver tip knot. We will just put that in some water for a moment or two. The handle's gone all the way in. I normally try and keep the handle out, but today I've got a lovely soap as well. We've gone all with that blue colour, Master Soap Creations Nordic Croco, and this has a beautiful scent of that is reminiscent of Davidoff cool water. So I'm going to take my brush, give it a squeeze and a shake, 2 shakes. I'm going to take that to the pot today and use a little bit of this soap up and create a nice lather today. Guys, I'm really looking forward to this. I've done my hair today. I did it myself. I think I've done a reasonable job. So, hair done, shower done, cleaning up after cutting the hair, that's always the big job, and then now the shave. So yeah, just going to drop more water on that brush. I hope you've had a good week, guys. I've had an interesting week. While I'm just doing this, if you watched the video last week, I was using Mr. Murray's fabulous shaving soap, and I was doing a little slickness test. And I gave the soap a score. Now, Laurie from Australia kindly got in touch with me. Guys, I just need to flip this mirror here. Anyway, Laurie got in touch with me because that's better. I can see in that one now. Because the test was rubbing some dry soap on my thumb pad like this, dipping my finger in the water and rubbing it across, feeling the slickness until my finger juddered on the pad of my thumb and there was no more soap there. And Laurie, thank you, sir, very sensibly got in touch with me and asked, Mark, are you testing slickness? Or are you just testing how long the soap lasts before the water dissolves it? And I think upon reflection, that is exactly what I was doing with that so-called little test. Now I saw the test online, so see what I did there? We will just move that blame right along to somebody else, as if that somehow excuses my lack of thought. So that slickness test wasn't really a test of slickness at all. It was a test of how long the soap lasted on my skin. which was very interesting, but not quite what I wanted to do. So we'll have a rethink. Here we are, guys. I'm just going to take it nice and easy today. Do you know, I love this knot. It's a very nice silver tip knot. And it is super soft. And it is quite a thick knot, quite a dense knot. There's a lot of hair in there. I know some of the cheaper silver tip badger knots from certain manufacturers can have a knot that's not very dense at all, and what you end up with is just a floppy, horrible knot. Well, you might like a floppy knot, but I don't like a knot that is too floppy, and that is the danger, my friends. You know, you need a certain amount of hairs in the knot to give the knot some stability and some backbone. Now there we go. I think I've got a nice lather. It looks very wet, and as a result I think I'll have a good shave. Now I'm just going to turn my collar. So I've already made it mucky, and I've made it more mucky. Brilliant. It's that type of day today, guys. So here we go with the Muhle R41. I've got an Astra blade in there, guys. Now these are the ones made in India. It's my 8th shave with this, and up to now, no signs whatsoever of any irritation or lack of sharpness. Very comfortable with all the razors I've tried it with, and I've tried it with a few. So they really are a good blade for me. Now I've had a funny relationship with this R41 razor. When I first started shaving with a safety razor, I liked this razor very much. And then I went through a period that I just didn't get a comfortable shave with it. No matter which blades I tried in it, because if you don't know, different blades produce a different shave with a razor. I just found it to be very wet lather there, very uncomfortable, and I really stopped using it. And I think the last shave I had with this razor, ow, got myself. I've got a little spot there or something. Dang. Anyway, that aside, I think the last shave I had with this razor, I probably said something like, that's it, you know, I'm done with this razor. So I had one. that I was going to put up for sale on eBay, and which I have done, a normal sized handle. And just before I did that, I thought, well, I'll have a shave with it and see what it's like. And I had a very nice shave indeed. Now this shave with the Grande, it's got the heavier handle. And I'm finding it, I'm going to just ignore that cut. That aside, I'm finding it a reasonable shave for me, but a little more aggressive than the standard size. And I suspect that is because of the weight. And I think, honestly, once I've used this and sterilised it, it will also go up for sale on eBay, because there are other razors I prefer to use. I find it quite comfortable going with the grain, but there's no doubt with this Grande version that aggressiveness and that blade feel is there, unless I ride the cap a little bit, unless I change from there to sort of that angle and just roll the razor back onto the cap slightly. That's better, eh? Now, I won't put any alum on that little cut for the moment. I did have a little spot there, I can see where it was. It's completely gone now. But if I put some alum on it, it'll slow the razor down as I go over for the next pass. So I won't do that now. But with a milder razor, and as we're talking about Muhle, we might as well mention the Muhle R41. With a milder razor, I may have got away with that. Guys, if you're new to shaving, using the brush and doing this with your lather, it's really relaxing. I don't know, or I'm just strange. Now I can say, guys, that this shave, without question, is a more aggressive shave than when I used the standard R41. And that sells for about £36. I can feel a little bit of burn on certain parts of my face, just very, very slightly. But bearing that in mind on my second pass, I certainly wouldn't go on to do a third pass with this razor. One has to watch out for these things and be aware of what's happening with your skin and with the razor you use. And I'm just going super, super lightly. And there we go, a 2-pass shave. So 2 razors with the same head and a different shave. And where the difference is, I used the same razor blade, but it was the last shave. So the razor blade, and I think it is starting to just go a little bit. I won't go any more shaves with that. But I think it's the handle makes all the difference, you know. Either that. We're just drain some of this bloody water away and get some fresh. Yeah, that can only be what it is. Or my skin is somehow different on different days. That's possible. Now I'm just wiping around that spot, trying not to wipe over it and rub over it. But I have got some alum block here. Dip that in some water. And just rub that on there. I find if I use a styptic stick, where I use the styptic stick, and I think that is alum and talc mixed together, I tend to get a spot afterwards. So no matter how much I'm bleeding, I always tend to just use alum. It is very healing on the skin. Some of you will know this. So if you have a bit of razor burn, this will really help. And generally, it just helps heal the skin after you've dragged a sharp razor blade across it. Some people can find it very drying on their skin if they use it every day. So I just tend to use mine occasionally, and like today, if I've had a bit of a problem or I felt I've had a bit of an aggressive shave. I won't wipe that off, I'm just going to dab that now. Avoiding the blood spot so I don't get that on the towel. And I've actually got some cool water aftershave, and it is their aftershave rather than an eau de toilette or any other such thing. I found when you put in aftershave on a search engine, you nearly always get eau de toilette or eau de cologne and rarely aftershave. Which of course is better for the skin, but it has less scent notes in it. But this is very nice for me. Very nice indeed, guys. In the end, we got there, but it wasn't the best shave with this razor. So I think This one is leaving the den. Muhle has left the building. Take care, guys. All the very best to you. Bye-bye.